afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School turf fields for Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball live on HCAM. Tom Nappy alongside Dylan Hatherley on the call. We got Dave McCarthy on camera. It should be a good matchup here today. It is certainly a windy day at the fields, so the wind will more than likely be a bit of a factor in this game, but a nice sunny day nonetheless. Temperatures in the 70s. We got Ethan Sensity on the hill for the Hopkinton Hillers, and Dylan, you can feel that wind. It's pretty constant.
Yeah, right from the beginning, and I know Ethan was expecting to go the other day in their game yesterday against Bellingham, but the game got out of hand pretty early, so they ended up holding off on that.
And this is going to be hit in the air, left side, and caught for the out. One away, so Jack Regan flies out to left field, and that'll bring up Adam Caldwell, the catcher. We'll get you the Norton lineup. We got Jack Regan, center fielder. He led things off. Adam Caldwell, catcher, hitting second. Pitcher Ben Price hitting third. Logan Irish, right fielder, hitting cleanup. John Salem, shortstop, hitting fifth. Quint Perry, third baseman, hitting sixth. More after this pitch. Outside. You got Chaz Magri, DH, hitting seventh. Jimmy Cameron, first baseman, hitting eighth. And DJ Campagnone, the second baseman, hitting ninth. Henry Danubio, the left fielder, odd man out of the batting order. Leg lift and the pitch. It's a bunt. Pulls back outside. Get you that Hiller field in just a moment.
Sensini looking good from the start. Looks like he's trying to establish that fastball early on. Has not been super reliant on the off speed so far this season.
That one in there for a strike. 2-1. Well, we've certainly seen a wide array of pitchers this season for the Hillers, but Sensini, he's been one of the more used on the mound. Is that pitch outside?
Yeah, Anderson's began giving some guys a couple innings these last few games. With their game against Bellingham, a couple guys went 2 innings, and in the game against Medway and Holliston the week prior. I'd expect Ethan to get an opportunity to go out for a couple if he looks sharp here, as he is one of the better arms for this team. I know Anderson has a lot of confidence in him.
Set to deliver, and a swing and a miss there, and that'll fill up the count. So for the Hillers, you got Pedroli in left field, Kramus in center, Bauschman your DH, Sullivan at first base, Mahan the catcher, and we got a strike there, and that'll be out. Or no, he drew the walk, excuse me. So a walk draw on a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Ben Price.
Yeah, so interestingly, the Hillers have had quite the mix in the infield and the outfield. They've been rotating 4 or 5 guys in the outfield. You'll notice no Danny Davenport out there right now, no Landon Fitzgibbons, but those are guys that have gotten some innings.
Checking at first, runner back safe.
And again, in the infield, no Connor Moore, the freshman, who's gotten a lot of times, very solid defensively, but we're going to see Cafazo at second right now.
And that pitch in there for a strike, grabs the outer corner. You know, when you had a wind like this, how would you say that it affects things out there? It must have somewhat of an effect, especially when you have such a strong wind like we do today.
Yeah, I'd say you definitely feel it. Obviously, it does actually move the ball as much as you are throwing the ball hard, but it does definitely have an impact.
Checking at first, and the throw gets away. He's going to take off for second, and it's going to put a runner in scoring position on the errant throw.
It's like Sensini couldn't get him with the move there. He has several moves to first base, which I'm sure we'll see today if he does get some time out there.
As he takes a long look in, looks at second and delivers, and this is going to be a hit up the left side and caught for the out. That'll wrap up the inning, and we are going to head to the bottom of the first. It is a scoreless game here on HCAM. All right, welcome back to a windy day here at the turf field. It's a double play to wrap up the top of the first inning, and we are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the inning. Let's take a look at the Norton defense as well as the Hiller batting order. On the mound for Norton, you got Ben Price, and his battery mate will be Adam Caldwell. First base, Jimmy Cameron. Second base, DJ Campagnone. Shortstop, John Salem. Third base, Quint Perry. Chaz Magri, the DH from left to right. Henry Danubio, Jack Regan, Ben Price. Logan Irish in right. Ben Price on the mound. For the Hiller batting order, Matt Pajoli leading things off, playing left field. Noah Kramus hitting second, playing center field. Andrew Bauschman DHing, hitting third. Michael Sullivan, first baseman, hitting cleanup. Cal Mahan, catcher, hitting fifth. Trevor Hodney, third baseman, hitting sixth. Travis Rich, shortstop, hitting seventh. Ryan Lang, right fielder, hitting eighth. Wind up and the pitch. And a little low there. And hitting ninth, second baseman, Gabe Cafazzo. So Matt Pajoli leading off today, and he has been great with the bat this season. Coming into today's game, a .477 batting average, and he makes contact here. Hit high in the air, over towards the fence, and that is going to be out of here. A home run. Oh no, they're going to call it a ground rule double. Oh no, now they send him. All right. Looked like they were going to call it a double for a moment, but that was out of here. And I think the wind helped a little there, Dylan.
Big time. I can feel it. I don't know what we're going to do when we don't have a Pajoli hitting leadoff. We've gotten pretty used to that over the past few years with Nick. Straight into Matt. Those guys have been super productive. And Matt hit 2 home runs just a couple weeks ago in one game.
That's the first pitch of the game, too, and now we have a bunt foul. Noah Kramus at the plate.
Yeah, we saw him get under a couple last game, so looks like he finally got a hold of that one, and the wind made sure it was a no-doubter, so that's great to see out of him.
It's Matt Pajoli's 3rd home run of the year, and this is hit high in the air, foul out of play. Very first pitch to the bottom of the first, out of here. You don't see that too often.
No.
Wind up in a pitch there outside. So Ben Price, he's pitched 22 2/3 of an inning for Norton. Opponent batting average of 2.32, ERA of 1.85 coming into the game as that's fouled away.
Kramis has a 535 on base percentage heading into today. He was hit twice on the game last Friday. Hopkinton has a couple guys at the top of this order that have been extremely efficient in getting on base.
This is up the middle. That is going to get into center field, and that is a base hit for Noah Kramis. A single there, and that's going to bring up Andrew Bauschman.
Yeah, he does a great job staying through that one. The outside of the zone, he sits back for it, keeps those hands through the zone, just sends that one right back up the middle.
That's how you want to get started against this Norton team if you're the Hillers. You're going against one of the better Norton pitchers, one of their aces, and you want to get some hits and get things started early on as that one's fouled away. You're going to hear that wind all throughout this game. It is intense out there. And that home run certainly got a little carry from the wind, I would say. Wind up in the pitch outside.
So this is Bauschman in the 3 spot today. We haven't seen him hitting there yet. It was Trevor Hodney for the last few games. Bauschman has been very solid as of late, though, so it's not a surprise.
Checking at first, runner slides back. And Bauschman 238 on the season, and he's hit well as of late. Fouls that one off. It's going to make it 1-2. Your favorite type of conditions to play in? Did you like the wind like this, or maybe a little calmer?
No, I'd love pitching when it was hot out. There's something like, I mean, it doesn't feel great when you're sweating, but the arm feels super loose, and compared to those early March and April games, I'd always just love pitching in the heat. And then I don't think it makes as big of a difference at the plate, but this is definitely...
Oh, that throw gets away. Here comes Kramis. He's heading to second base. Is he going to take third? He's going to keep on going, and he is going to make it successfully to third base.
Wow, that's 2 lefty picks that make it all the way to the fence just early on here. Makes you wonder if the sun could be a factor as it's coming in from that left field side.
Yeah, there's pretty much no cloud cover, really.
No.
Field just drenched in sun, and I'm sure that will be a factor as this game continues on.
It's only going to get worse, too, as it comes down.
And some words of wisdom here, and that is going to be out number 1. Bauschman goes down by way of the K. Michael Sullivan stepping to the plate. How about Michael Sullivan, 341 on the season, 404 on base percentage, that one outside. 10 RBIs to his credit, as well as 7 runs.
Sullivan has solidified himself in that 4th spot.
And a big swing there, but a miss, 1-1.
Looks like Sullivan was hunting fastball there. You can see the timing was a little off, got on his front side there.
Ooh, that pitch just outside, nearly got away from the catcher, but he's just able to find it. 2-1 the count. They got the fence up in left field today. It seems to be a little more in than usual. Wind up in the pitch, and he hits this one high in the air towards center field. It's caught. Runner from third is going to tag. Throws cut off, and it's 2-0 Hillers. A sacrifice RBI flyout for Michael Sullivan.
Yeah, Sully's got to be feeling pretty good about that one. Looks like he just got under it.
that one. Plenty to get Kramis home, and now you got Calvin Mahan to the plate. Line up and the pitch, and a strike. Grabs the outer corner.
Cal only batting .261 on the season, but has a .550 on base percentage.
That pitch outside. I'd say that's pretty good for a catcher.
Yeah. Similarly to his older brother Pete, those guys do a good job commanding the strike zone. I guess when you spend so much time behind the plate, you get to have a pretty good eye for that pitch location.
1-2 count here. Line up in the pitch, and he puts this one up the left side, foul. Count will stay 1-2. So bases are clear, but 2 runs in for the Hillers.
We'll say Price here for Norton has already been mixing his pitches early in the count.
That pitch outside, 2-2. Yeah, Price already up to 20 pitches. The Hillers making it work here in this bottom of the first. That pitch just outside, that'll fill up the count.
That's a tough one to lay off there with 2 strikes. You know Cal's sitting, expecting off speed, and then trying to adjust for the fastball, and that one's coming in on the outside of the zone. That's a tempting one.
And a swing and a miss there, and that'll wrap up the inning, but not before the Hillers played a pair. It is 2-0 as we head to the top of the second. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by WPC Pest Control. Don't tolerate, eliminate your pest problem. Find them online at nobugsnopests.com.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Beaumaine Pizza Bar and Grill. For over 25 years, Beaumaine has been serving great quality food for the whole family, featuring hand-tossed pizzas, paninis, pasta dishes, and a variety of unique appetizers. Enjoy a casual dining room or relax at a comfortable bar with signature cocktails, fine wines, and 16 beers on tap. Beaumaine Pizza Bar and Grill. Great food, great drinks, and something for everyone.
Welcome back to a beautiful day here at Hopkinton High School. We are ready for the top of the second inning. Logan Irish, the right fielder, to lead things off. He'll be followed up by John Salem and Quint Perry. 4, 5, and 6 hitters in this Norton lineup.
Still Senseney out there, right?
That is a good point. I believe it is. We will confirm. As this is going to be hit in the air, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Into left field it goes, so single there. And it is still Senseney out there.
Yeah, Kramis looks like, I think that's Kramis out there and left. Just let that one fall in front of him.
There's John Salem to the plate. miss there. Yeah, maybe got a little piece of it.
Sensini still yet to mix in much of that off speed. But the interesting thing with him coming out for a second inning here starting the game is as we approach the playoffs, Anderson may look to establish a more traditional starting pitching rotation, as Sensini would definitely be one of the guys cut out for that role. Really, no one's went more than 1 or 2 innings on a consistent basis so far this year. But as it warms up and guys get more into shape for the season, I would not be surprised if Coach Anderson slightly strays from his committee style pitching.
Yeah, you would think that he'd have guys go a little bit more out there, especially some of his most reliable guys like Ethan Sensini, who's pitching out there today.
Definitely. There's also just a level of experience that it comes down to. So I think it's tough to throw a guy like Ethan out there who hasn't had many varsity starts into a playoff game expecting to go several innings. So you'd expect them to start working those innings in at the end of the regular season here.
They did have warm-up action. Sensini has thrown 8 2/3 of an inning as that pitch just outside. That's going to fill up the count.
We'll say, sorry.
He has a 0.81 ERA, and I believe that's the most innings pitched for any pitcher on this Hiller staff. Or actually, Thomas McCarthy, the only one with more innings pitched. That's going to be a walk.
There's no shortage of talent in this pitching rotation, though. So to Anderson's credit, it's been very successful with his committee style. Looks like they're going to pull him right here, but a lot of these guys do have good velocity, good off speed, so it's not like he doesn't have much to work with. I know they've thrown 16 different guys so far this year, which is pretty unusual.
Absolutely. All right, so with 2 on, no outs, we have a relief pitcher for the Hillers.
Micah Gay.
Say that again?
That's Micah Gay coming in to pitch for them.
All right, so there it is. Well, he gets loose. We'll step aside. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
All right, so Micah Gay out there to take over on the mound. Second pitcher of the game for the Hillers. He's set to face Quint Perry. 2 on, no outs. Runners on first and second. And a breaking pitch there, a bunt. And that is foul up the line.
Looks like Norton's immediately going to try to apply some pressure there. Throw down the bunt on the first pitch for Micah.
Micah has thrown 8 innings so far this season, a 4.37 ERA. It's always fun looking in the background, just seeing a big cloud of dust from the wind in that softball field. A swing and miss there.
Yeah, definitely. And Micah missed the majority of the last 2 seasons with a knee injury, so he's still sort of working back into the swing of things. This is his first full spring season.
And we should mention this game was supposed to take place tomorrow, but due to incoming rainy weather, they moved it up to today. So you got Hiller track and field going on, a big meet against Westwood, and you got this game going on. A 1-2 count now. The last pitch outside.
Yeah, a lot lot of moving parts over here at the high school right now.
Oh yeah, it's a busy day today. 273 average for Quint Perry as he will take that one low and outside, 2-2. Working from the stretch, runners with a slight lead. Leg lift and the pitch, a swing and a miss. Or did he get a piece of it? He did, so he stays alive. Count remains 2-2. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss there for out number one.
It's going to go right at him. That's good pitch location, up and in. Looks like Perry may have been sitting for some off speed. Way behind on that one.
That's going to bring Chris Magri to the plate. The DH today for Norton. Slight lead by the runners as Gay delivers. Is hit up the middle, flip to second for one, throw to first. They double them up. 6-4-3 they go. And that'll wrap up the top of the second. We are heading to the bottom of the second with the score. Hillers 2, Norton nothing. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Western Nurseries. Since 1923, Western Nurseries has been rooted in a passion for plants and community. The family business has grown from its beginnings in Weston to become a trusted name across Massachusetts. Western Nurseries offers one of the area's best selections of hardy landscape-sized plants, quality gardening and hardscape products, and expert advice you can trust. With locations throughout the region and over a century of experience, Western Nursery continues to help communities grow beautifully.
Bottom of the second inning, due up for the Hillers. You got the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Trevor Hodney, Travis Rich, and Ryan Lang step in. 2-0 Hiller lead as we enter this bottom of the second. Ben Price still out there for Norton. He had to work in that first inning. So he's hoping for a bit of a smoother inning this time. A strike there.
Hodney batting .294 coming into the day.
Takes that one outside, 1-1.
We'll say some pretty impressive on-base percentages across this entire Hillers lineup. Several guys hitting close to, sitting at around 400 to 500 on-base percentages.
It's fouled up to left side. Yeah, that's one of the, I'd say, stronger things about this team is they find ways to get on base. A 451 overall on base percentage.
Yeah, big time. I
Strikeout there.
I'd credit a lot of that to the mentality of getting right on top of the plate. You'll notice a lot of these guys, their toes are going to be on the white line. Coach Anderson's huge on that. He'll talk about that for all the time. I remember that from when he would coach me.
Travis Rich steps in and takes a strike. Yeah, and they don't mind getting hit by a pitch either.
No.
Anything you could do to get on base, that's the goal.
And it's huge when you give up free base runners. It can really hurt you.
Yeah, pitcher called strike, 0-2.
So as a pitcher, it's pretty frustrating when you have an entire lineup of guys that's right on top of the plate. It definitely is a mental component as well.
Just outside there, 1-2. I'd say the Hillers are towards the top with hit by pitch for sure.
Yeah, saw a bunch of those last Friday.
And this is going to be hit in the air towards center field and caught for the out. 2 away.
Looks like Rich got a little under that one. It's about a mile high though. Definitely center fielder could have given him some trouble there with this wind especially.
Yeah, and if you could get a lift on the baseball today, who knows where it's going to go with this wild wind as Ryan Lang steps in.
And that short fence, as you mentioned earlier.
And bunt there up the third base side, picked up by the pitcher, and he'll hold on to it. A successful bunt there by Ryan Lang as he flew up that first base line.
Lang's been super hot as of late, 355 coming into the day. And he's a guy who had some inconsistencies at the beginning of this year and last year after a really strong sophomore season, but he's found out how to make it work this year.
Gabe Cavazo following that one away. And 500 on base percentage for Lang, so he just finds ways to get on base.
Super fast. He's also great on the bases.
Looks like the Coach Anderson coming out. All right, ready to continue on. Wind up and the pitch. And it's outside, runner takes off, and the throw is off the mark. Stolen base for Ryan Lang.
Yeah, you'll see he got that green light right away to swoop that one.
Well, this team not afraid to steal. Hillers 45 for 52 coming into the game, 86% success rate. And Lang, that is his 11th stolen base of the season.
Wow.
11 for 12 overall.
And instantly the Hillers have a runner in scoring position for Cavazo now.
Price takes a long look at second and deals. A breaking pitch hit up the right side, and that trickles through. Lang being waved around. Here he comes. The throw in, cut off, and it's an RBI single for Gabe Cavazo. What a great piece of hitting there. As he gets Lang around, and the Hillers up by 2.
Yeah, and Tom, if you want to talk about manufacturing a run, Lang puts down that bunt in his at-bat. Then he sweeps second base, and then Cavazo just stays through that one, hits it on the ground, and scores Lang.
Matt Pedroli stepping in. Pitch outside. So a 3-0 Hiller lead now. Line up and the pitch hit high in the air towards center field and caught for the out. And that will wrap up the inning, but not before. The Hillers played another run, and Matt Pedroli tried to go yard again there.
Yeah.
Nearly had it. But a 3-0 Hiller lead as we head to the top of the third on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Maine Pizza Bar and Grill. For over 25 years, Maine has been serving great quality food for the whole family, featuring hand-tossed pizzas, paninis, pasta dishes, and a variety of unique appetizers. Enjoy a casual dining room or relax at a comfortable bar with signature cocktails, fine wines, and 16 beers on tap. Maine Pizza Bar and Grill. Great food, great drinks, and something for everyone.
Top of the third inning, a 3-0 Hiller lead on this windy Tuesday afternoon. 8-9-1 hitters due up for Norton. Jimmy Cameron stepping to the plate. Mika Gay still out there after coming in last inning and was able to get through it unscathed despite 2 on with no outs.
He did a great job handling those base runners last time. It's a gritty situation to come into, and he did a good job establishing the count early on.
Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1.
It always helps when you roll a double play ball, too.
Absolutely, and a nicely fielded double play ball. Jimmy Cameron hitting a 250, and he'll put this one up the right side. That's going to get through and be a base hit. So adding on to that 250 batting average, and now DJ Compagnone will step in.
Yeah, Cafazo does a good job getting his body in front of that one, but not much of a play there. So you have to take a pretty deep angle to get any chance at it.
I wonder what that discussion was about. In any case, runner on first, no outs. Second baseman stepping to the plate. DJ hitting a 167 coming into the game, a 405 on base percentage, however. And he'll take a strike there. Here's the 0-1, down low. 1-1.
See, Gay not working with a slide step right now, still sticking with that knee lift, but that runner stays there on first these last few pitches.
Set to deliver, that one a little inside, 2-1. Slight lead by the runner at first. And that pitch inside, check in at first. Runner slides back safe. It's going to be a 3-1 count.
Yeah, that's something you'll notice Cal is not afraid to do. He'll snap that one back at first pretty frequently. We saw that a few times last week out of him.
He's got a nice back pick.
He does. He's got a good arm.
That one inside, walk drawn. So 2 on now for Norton with no outs. And it looks like Coach Anderson coming out for a word.
And there's some action in the pen.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to take the baseball. We're going to have a new pitcher.
All right.
So new pitcher coming in for the Hillers. We'll let you know who that is when we come back on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Maine Pizza Bar and Grill. For over 25 years, Beaumain has been serving great quality food for the whole family, featuring hand-tossed pizzas, paninis, pasta dishes, and a variety of unique appetizers. Enjoy a casual dining room or relax at a comfortable bar with signature cocktails, fine wines, and 16 beers on tap. Beaumain Pizza Bar and Grill. Great food, great drinks, and something for everyone.
Continuing on in the third inning. Third pitcher of the game for the Hillers, Pat Riley out there to take over. Top of the order for Norton, Jack Regan to the plate. And he's going to bunt. Slow roller, first base side, and foul.
It's a little bit of deja vu. It's the second inning in a row that we have a new pitcher with runners on first and second.
Right.
Try to throw a bunt down right away.
Pat Riley has thrown 6 1/3 of an inning so far this year, a 1.10 ERA.
Pat's a freshman, so his first year with the team.
Wind up and the pitch. And that one fouled off. 0-2 now.
We have mostly only used Pat on the mound so far this year. He hasn't gotten a ton of at-bats. The Hillers do have a lot of talent in the infield and outfield, so a lot of guys really just contributing on the mound.
Coach Anderson certainly likes to have a large selection of pitchers as well he can go to.
Yeah, we see that tight leash early on here.
And a breaking pitch hit up the left side, glove by the third baseman, throw to second, and it pulled the second baseman off the bag, so everyone's going to be safe.
That's one of those ones that messes with your head. I'm sure Trevor fielded that ball, looked to try to tag that runner, and then just gets in his head, makes an errant throw. That's a tough one. That's one of those ones you sort of have to shake off afterwards, but
Right.
Trevor's really solid defensively.
And then you got Adam Caldwell, the catcher, at the plate. Riley takes a long look at second, and the hitter wants time.
The Hillers keeping their entire infield back here. Actually looks like third base may be creeping a little bit.
Adam Caldwell, dangerous hitter, 341 coming into the game, 491 on base percentage. Set to deliver. And breaking pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1.
He's establishing that curveball early on here. Looks to be moving pretty 12-6.
Takes a look at second, now turns towards the bag, runner back. Gets a piece of this one up the middle. They flip to second for one, throw over, and they double them up. A 6-4-3 double play there, but a run did come around.
Yeah, that was tailor-made. You were Wondering if Travis was just going to stick with that one himself, but he makes a little flip to Cafazo, and he turns that one pretty smoothly.
That was nicely done. Lancers are on the board. They get Caldwell will get credit for the sacrifice, as this is going to be hit in the air and caught by the center fielder, and that will wrap up the inning. We head to the bottom of the third with the score: Hillers 3, Norton 1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM.
How can you measure?
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Phipps Insurance Agency, a family-owned and operated independent agency located in Hopkinton. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance has provided competitively priced, time-tested coverage tailored to individuals' needs. Specializing in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance, they are deeply rooted in the communities they serve. Whether you're new to the area or a lifelong resident, you'll benefit from the trusted advice of their professional service advisor.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toontime has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toontime Saturdays at 8 and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Bottom of the third inning, 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Hillers. Kramis stepping in. New pitcher for Norton. Got Dylan Ingersoll out there as that one's fouled away.
Kramis singled up the middle his last time up, if you recall.
Dylan Ingersoll has thrown 13 1/3 of an inning on the season. 2.10 ERA. Breaking pitch there, in there for a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, that one looked like it just clipped the inside of the zone. Definitely not the one Kramis is hunting there with less than 2 strikes. Just going to have to tip his cap.
And Kramis ended up having that single you mentioned and advancing on an error and scored the second run of the game. As this is up the first base line, and it'll be a 3 unassisted for out number 1. And now that'll bring up Andrew Bauschman.
Kramis really, in that 0-2 count, doesn't have much of a choice but to throw his hands at that one. Does get his bat on it, but not much behind it.
Bauschman struck out his only time up this game. Breaking pitch there. There's strike 1.
Got to give Norton some credit. They've done a good job mixing in the curveball early in counts, and it's definitely thrown our guys off a little bit.
And another one one there. This one outside, 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. And that one just inside, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. Leg lift and the pitch. Just high. Here's the 3-1. Fouled away. And that came close to a couple cars over there.
Looks like one of those foul balls last inning might have clipped one. Thought I heard that.
It's a bit dangerous to park down there when the Hillers are playing.
Yeah. Last week we had a ball hit a moving truck. That's an unfortunate one for whoever that guy is.
Right. Oh, this is hit high in the air, over towards left field, but caught. Outfielders are playing deep, and the catch is made for out number 2.
I think the wind might have burned Boschman there. That one just carried right towards that left fielder. Looks like he got a good piece of it, though. It was hit pretty hard off the bat.
Yeah, Henry Danubio able to make the catch, and yeah, that one kind of going against the wind. There's Michael Sullivan. He had a sacrifice RBI in the first inning. Takes that one inside. Set for the 1-0. Oh, look out. And he'll get a free pass to first base.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that this year.
So runner on, 2 outs. Calvin Mahan to the plate. And behind us, we got the Hopkinton Westwood Track and Field meet going on. A big one there. A chance for the Hillers to take the TV at large title in track and field today. So grab yourself another monitor and throw on the track and field meet as well. Great Hiller Sports Day on this Tuesday. Swing and a miss, 0-1 on Calvin Mahan. Ingersoll set to deliver. And that pitch a little high. We're back to first as they threaten to check in.
Mahan is 0 for 1 on the day. They'll look to change that right here.
Here's the 1-1. Just outside, 2-1.
Again, we've seen a lot of breaking ball from this Norton pitcher.
Yeah, I'd say you've seen more breaking pitchers from Ingersoll and fastballs for sure.
I think you're right, yeah. It's unusual to see that much of that in high school baseball with less than 2 strikes, but...
Yeah, that pitch a little high there, 3-1. Hillers are already with a runner on first. There are 2 outs, however, as Ingersoll will get some motivation from his battery mate Adam Caldwell.
It's a favorable count for Mahan here. See what he does, as we talked about. He has a great eye for the strike zone.
The 3-1. That one lands in there for a strike. Full count.
Could you tell if that was another breaking ball, Tom?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, 3-1 breaking ball. This guy clearly has a lot of faith in it. And that's the one where if you're a Cal, you really should let that one go. That's not the one that you're hunting.
Yeah, Ingersoll just doesn't seem like a big fastball type of pitcher. Swing and a miss there, and that will do it for the inning.
I think that was that breaking ball again.
Yeah, they're all breaking pitches pretty much from Ingersoll.
It's a bit of a junk baller, right? They call him?
I'd say so, right? Absolutely. Well, it worked for him there, and we are heading to the top of the fourth. Hillers lead it 3-1 on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Top of the fourth inning, new pitcher for the Hillers, fourth of the game. Noah Karamis out there to take over. Logan Irish to the plate, takes that one low and inside.
Promise is a righty. He's got some solid velocity. Looks like we'll see him try to establish the fastball early on.
Tom Nappy, Dylan Hatherley on the call. Happy to be with you on this Tuesday. That one hit in the air to left field. That's going to drop in. And a single there for Logan Irish as he bloops that one into left field. Now we'll have John Salem to the plate.
Yeah, that's just no man's land. Those are the ones that sting the most as a pitcher when you know you didn't give up great contact, but especially that leadoff guy, you let him on there. The Hillers have allowed a lot of base runners early on in this game. Only one run, though, as they navigated out of a pretty dicey situation a couple innings ago. Bases loaded, no outs.
Promise set to deliver that pitch outside. That's going to make the count 1-1. So Kramis this season pitching wise has thrown 9 innings, 0.55 ERA.
Wow.
And they got the runner throw to second. Oh, it's off the second baseman's glove into the outfield, and he's going to be safe. Looks like they had him picked off. An errant throw there, or an errant catch attempt, I would say, by the second baseman as it went off his glove, and that allows Irish to move up.
Yeah, it was a great pick by Kramis, just a simple jump pick. Looks like he was still looking in for that pitch call when he went to pick off. Froze that guy, but unfortunately couldn't get him.
Ooh, that one behind Salem, and that's going to move Irish up even another base. Wild pitch there allows Logan Irish to pull up to third.
And That's one of the things about pitching that's so mental is when you have things that aren't going your way in the field, to not let that compound. See, Kramis misses the zone there. Looks like Anderson's going to come have a word with him, hopefully calm him down a little bit.
Hillers do have Gabe Cafazzo getting loose.
Yeah, and you'll see Connor Moore subbed in for him at second base.
Some words of wisdom from Coach Anderson, and we are ready to continue on. A 2-0 count on John Salem, who has walked so far today. Leg lift and the pitch. Oh, in there for a strike, says the home plate umpire. Just grab that outer corner. 2-1. Fouled into the backstop, 2-2. Way to battle back by Kramis.
I think we've only seen fastballs from Kramis so far. Unless I might have missed one, but the velocity does look pretty good. Haven't seen any of these Norton guys get on it. Outside of that bloop into shallow left.
That had a little movement to it outside and the walk drawn. Runners on first and third now, no outs. Quint Perry stepping to the plate.
What's going on here? It looks like that guy is headed back to the plate. He's throwing his hands up at blue.
That is interesting.
Huh.
Are they gonna say maybe got a piece of it?
I'm not sure. Looking like the umps are gonna have a word with it.
Now it was a full count. So the only thing I could think of that would bring him back up is if he got a piece of it. Or if there was maybe a late time call.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
In any case, I guess erase the walk for John Salem for now. They're going to say that last pitch, I guess, was a foul ball. And he's going to put this one in the air, and that is foul. Count remains full.
This is now the seventh pitch of the at-bat.
Norton still with that runner at third, and is that strike three?
I think he got him.
He did. Well, let's see. He did. A nasty pitch that looked like it had the outer part of the plate. So instead of a walk, it's a strikeout, one away.
That one's got to feel good when you get deep into a count like that. Really hurts to lose that guy after 7 pitches, so that's huge for Kramis as he paints that corner.
Certainly is. First pitch to Quint Perry, fouled into the backstop. Logan Irish anxiously awaiting at third base. Here's the 0-1. And nice breaking pitch there for strike 2. 0-2.
Looks like Kramis has gotten into a bit of a groove since Anderson came out and talked to him a few minutes ago.
That pitch just outside, 1-2. Quint Perry has struck out so far. Here's the 1-2. Just outside, 2-2.
He's all over the outside of the plate right now. Norton staying disciplined though.
And a nasty pitch there, a swing and a miss. And that is out number 2. That was just a fastball that was pretty much right down the pipe, and he blew it by Perry.
Yeah, Kramis' fastball does look pretty overpowering for these Norton guys. thus far.
Chaz Magri steps in as the lights start to come on here at the turf fields. That pitch inside. That was a big out too with that runner at third. Here's the 1-0. Just outside there, 2-0. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. That's going to bring the count to 1-2.
Looks like we could have Danny Davenport in right field now, taking Lang out of the game.
Just outside, 2-2.
We saw last inning, Kromis was subbed out of left, and now he came in to pitch. So maybe we'll see Lang coming up on the mound pretty soon.
Big pitch here. Hit in the air, foul out of play. Count remains 2-2.
Kromis still doing a great job managing this base runner.
Swing and a miss. There's strike three, and the runner at third is going to stay there as the top of the fourth will come to an end. 2 straight strikeouts for Noah Kromis, and we head to the bottom of the fourth with the Hillers leading 3-1 on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Main Pizza Bar and Grill. For over 25 years, Main has been serving great quality food for the whole family, featuring hand-tossed pizzas, paninis, pasta dishes, and a variety of unique appetizers. Enjoy a casual dining room or relax at a comfortable bar with signature cocktails, fine wines, and 16 beers on tap. Main Pizza Bar and Grill. Great food, great drinks, and something for everyone.
Bottom of the fourth inning. It remains a 3-1 Hiller lead as Norton left Logan Irish stranded at third base. And a brilliant job by Noah Kromis working through a bit of a jam after allowing Logan Irish to reach third. He got it actually ended up being 3 straight strikeouts because John Salem, who initially looked like he had a walk, had to go back as they changed the call to a foul ball, and Salem ended up striking out. Then he strikes out the 2 hitters following Salem as a breaking pitch delivered by Ingersoll there to Hodney.
Seeing some action in the Hillers bullpen.
Ingersoll delivers that pitch outside, 2-1.
Can't quite tell who that is. Is that number
That
6?
is. That actually looks like Pedroli, I believe, number 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
This is going to be hit in the air over to left field and caught for the out, 1 away. So Hodney flies out there, and now Travis Rich will step to the plate.
Gets a pretty good piece of that ball. We've seen that a few times now. Some deep balls caught in the outfield.
I think the ticket with this wind is you want to hit it towards the right side.
Yeah, it's blowing this way.
Travis Rich, 0 for 1 so far today, has flown out and hits this one high in the air towards right field and caught just in front of the fence. Making the catch there, Logan Irish for the second out.
Boy, I think he almost proved your point there. That one didn't look like it was going anywhere off the bat, but it just kept carrying.
It did, yeah. He was hoping it would carry out of the ballpark, but it just stays in. And you see how deep these Norton outfielders are playing as well.
Kid makes a pretty nice play out and right there as well.
Ryan Lang stepping in. He singled his last time up. His only plate appearance in this game. He's going to bunt, pulls it back. There's a strike, 0-1.
Lang bunted for a hit in his last at bat. Hit that one down the third base line. See if he goes back to it here.
Wind up in the pitch. And he gets a good piece of this one over to right field. That's going to land. And a bobble by the right fielder. He is going to keep on going. Slides in a second. And he's safe with a 2-out double.
Wow. That was not Lang. That was Connor Moore.
That was Moore. That's
Yeah.
right. Connor Moore stepped in for Lang there. And Connor Moore gave that ball a ride. And he is aboard with a 2-out double. Gabe Cafazzo due up next.
So I'm not sure. I know Lang's out of the lineup then. He's not in left anymore, but I think that's Danny Davenport that subbed in for him in left, so he may not be hitting. I think Moore might be hitting in Lang's place.
Yes, yep. Moore hit in Lang's spot, so he'll stay in that spot for the remainder, more than likely. Cafazzo takes a strike there, 0-1. So how about Connor Moore stepping in, and I feel like he's happy to get that batting average up a bit. Wind up in the pitch, breaking pitch. Didn't quite break the way you wanted, 1-1.
Yeah, Connor Moore is a freshman, as we talked about, but he's not had a ton of success early on at the plate, but he has showed some pop with a few extra base hits early on.
And he takes a slight lead off of second base, trying to play some head games with the pitcher here. That pitch outside, 2-1.
I think there's definitely just a level of making that adjustment to the varsity level pitching. So you go from facing kids that are pretty much your age to kids that are 2 or 3 years older than you.
Checking at second, slides back, he's safe. Cafazzo awaits the 2-1. 2 outs in the inning, runner on second. And that pitch gonna grab the outer corner for a strike, 2-2.
Cafazzo knocked in a run his last time at the plate.
Wind up in the pitch. Ooh, just misses. Full count.
Looks like he thought about that one.
That one was close. Top of the order, due up next, shall Calfazo reach.
Second baseman's right on top of the bag.
And that pitch is going to be strike 3, says the home plate umpire. Calfazo goes down looking, and we are heading to the top of the 5th with the Hillers leading 3-1 on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by WPC Pest Control. Don't tolerate, eliminate your pest problem. Find them online at nobugsnopests.com. Welcome back to the top of the 5th. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Norton. Jimmy Cameron, DJ Compagnone, and Jack Regan. Gabe Calfazo has moved over from second base. He's now the pitcher. And we have a couple other changes we'll tell you about in just a moment, as this is hit in the air left side and caught for the out. And a nice catch there by Ethan Bogosian, who took over in left field.
Notice Patrick Riley out in right field as well, and Michael Sullivan was pulled from first base and is now warming up in the bullpen.
So Michael Sullivan will likely be the pitcher that they bring out with the 6th, as they are going committee style here. A swing and a miss by Compagnone.
It's interesting. We did see Pedroli in the pen last inning though, so we'll see who gets the call next.
I think he just likes to keep everybody loose.
Definitely.
Can throw you in there at any time. That one's fouled away.
Can't tell who that is at first base.
Wind up being the pitch. Outside. What number did you say? Strike 3 for out number 2 there.
It's a great job by Gabe. He paints that corner really well.
Certainly was. Top of the order now is Jack Regan. Puts this one up the left side, takes a couple hops, foul.
Calfazo very efficient so far. 2 outs, just 5 pitches in.
And to answer your question, that's Kramis at first base.
Oh, okay.
Set to deliver. And he gets a small piece of this one. Lands like right in front of the plate. Picked up, throw over. No problem. A nice throw by Calfazo. And he gets the 1-3 out to wrap up the top of the 5th. 1, 2, 3 they go. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Hillers lead it 3-1 on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Western Nurseries. Since 1923, Western Nurseries has been rooted in a passion for plants and community. The family business has grown from its beginnings in Weston to become a trusted name across Massachusetts. Western Nurseries offers one of the area's best selections of hardy landscape-sized plants, quality gardening and hardscape products, and expert advice you can trust. With locations throughout the region and over a century of experience, Western Nursery continues to help communities grow beautifully.
This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. Bottom of the fifth inning. Hillers would like to add some insurance after a nice quick top of the fifth. And the first pitch hit in the air, and that is caught by the third baseman for the first out of the inning. And that was Matt Pedroli flying out. And that'll bring up Noah Kramis.
Kramis is 1 for 2 with that single up the middle in the first inning.
Wind up and the pitch outside. Dylan Ingersoll remains in the game for his third inning of work.
He's been pretty effective so far.
Certainly has. Ben Price started the game for Norton, struggled a bit, but Ingersoll came in and has since quieted this lineup a bit. Hit in the air right side, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. He's going to keep on going to second base. He'll keep on going to third base, and he's aboard with a triple. Noah Kramis tattooing that ball. Rolled all the way towards that left side corner, and he's able to leg out a triple.
Wow, you'll see Norton shifted towards left field, probably in light of the fact that their pitcher's throwing pretty much exclusively off speed, but they'll finally pay for it as Kramis sends that one right down the right field line.
And first triple of the season for Kramis. As Andrew Bauschman steps in. And a swing and a miss there, 0-1.
Norton has the infield in now. This one's coming down to the wire with just a 2-run lead for Hopkinton. This is an important base runner for them on third here.
Ingersoll set to deliver. And a big swing there, but a miss, 0-2. Bauschman 0 for 2 so far today.
Bauschman got a hold of one last at bat. The left fielder came down with it.
There's the 0-2, and that one stays high, 1-2. Lift and the pitch. And this is hit in the air right side, and that is going to be just foul.
Looks looks like the Hillers might be changing their approach a little bit. This is their second time through the lineup against Ingersoll. They're sitting back on that off speed a little bit more as you see them send a couple balls down that right field line, including Kromis's stand-up triple.
And time called. Ingersoll has thrown 37 pitches so far. Wind up and the pitch, and this is popped up foul out of play.
You'll see that again. Boschman just sits all the way back on that one. Does a good job keeping the hands through the zone. He'll keep fighting now.
And you got the always dangerous Michael Sullivan waiting on deck. Leg lift and the pitch. And fouled into the backstop. The battle continues.
Boschman's fouled off 3 in a row now.
Leg lift and the pitch, and he puts this one high in the air towards center field. Caught. Runner from third is going to tag. The throw is not going to be in time, and it's a sacrifice. RBI flyout for Andrew Boschman.
Yeah, you see they're really just going to test that Norton outfield there. The wind's blowing against them. That ball typically not deep enough necessarily for a sac fly, but Anderson's going to send them, and it definitely pays off there.
Michael Sullivan steps in. Takes that one outside, and yeah, that was a job well done there by Boschman. Just got the goal to get that run in.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a little bit more of a play at the plate there.
That pitch in there for a strike, 1-1.
The wind really is blowing pretty hard.
Yeah, you wonder if,
that
because you're throwing against the wind, so that has to have a bit of an effect on it.
Definitely, yeah.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. Michael Sullivan has sacrificed RBI flyout so far and has been hit by a pitch. And he puts this one in the air, right side, backtracking and making the catch for the out is the right fielder, Logan Irish. And that will retire the side, but the Hillers plate an insurance run. They lead it 4-1 as we head to the top of the 6th on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Maine Pizza Bar and Grill. For over 25 years, Maine has been serving great quality food for the whole family, featuring hand-tossed pizzas, paninis, pasta dishes, and a variety of unique appetizers. Enjoy a casual dining room or relax at a comfortable bar with signature cocktails, fine wines, and 16 beers on tap. Maine Pizza Bar and Grill. Great food, great drinks, is something for everyone.
Top of the 6th inning. A new pitcher for the Hillers out there. Michael Sullivan takes over on the hill. And he is set to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Adam Caldwell steps in. Wind up and the pitch. And that's in there for a strike.
Sullivan only has 3 innings on the year, despite being a pretty hard-throwing righty.
Inside there. 1-1. 6th pitcher of the game for the Hillers. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And Sullivan, he's been one of those guys they like to throw in there in the later innings.
Yeah, he saw a little more time on the mound last year, but he looks good so far.
That pitch just outside, 2-2.
Really, we've seen a lot of different looks from Hopkinton today, given the 6 pitchers. They start off with a lefty, and we've seen all sorts of arm slots.
And a strikeout there. Well, I guess it makes it tough to prepare for this Hopkinton team because you don't know who you're going to get out there.
You might get everyone.
Right. Throw everybody at you.
Yeah.
And Price stepping in. Just outside. Wind continuing to whip around here. In there for a strike. 0-2. Oh, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. This is hit in the air towards center field. Pedroli backtracking, makes the catch, no problem. 2 away.
You got to think it's tough to track that one down with all that wind. You'd hear it blowing as that ball was in the air.
Oh, absolutely. The higher it goes, the tougher it is to make a play on it with this wind. Logan Irish stepping in. He's 2 for 2 today.
Irish, one of the few guys that's really gotten on any of these Hopkinton pitchers.
That pitch outside. 1-1.
Only 3 hits for Norton so far today.
Irish puts this one in the air, left side, and it is caught! Wow! What a diving catch that was! Put that one down as play of the day. Landon Fitzgibbon laying out, corralling it in.
How about that? You saw him take flight there.
Wow, that was impressive. Well, spoiler alert, you'll see that one in the highlights. 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Phipps Insurance Agency, a family-owned and operated independent agency located in Hopkinton. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance has provided competitively priced, time-tested coverage tailored to individuals' needs. Specializing in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance, they are deeply rooted in the communities they serve. Whether you're new to the area or a lifelong resident, you'll benefit from the trusted advice of their professional service advisor.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toontime has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toontime Saturdays at 8 and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Bottom of the 6th inning. As a nice ending to the top of the 6th. Landon Fitzgibbon making a diving catch for the 3rd out. Kilmahan at the plate for the Hillers. Dylan Ingersoll still out there continuing on. Here's the 0-1. Ball there, 1-1. So you got Mahan, Hodney, and Rich due up. Wind up and the pitch, and he gets a piece of this one to the left side, and it is caught. Looked like it was blowing around up there a little bit.
Ingersoll continues to pitch to contact. These guys keep just popping up that curveball. Guess it's working to some degree for them. For Norton, that is.
Here comes Trevor Hodney, 0 for 2 so far today. Takes that one just outside, 1-0.
More action in the Hillers bullpen. There's a couple of guys trot out there.
Looks like, is that Fitzgibbon?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, he's a guy they like to use in the later innings, sometimes to close it out. 2-0 count now. Hit in the air towards right center. Could be trouble. That's going to drop. A 1-out single for Hodney.
Finally, the Hillers find some outfield grass. That Norton outfield is playing pretty deep there.
And we're going to have a mound visit. See if the Norton coach takes the ball here.
Ingersoll's thrown 50 pitches.
Looks like they're going to leave him out there for now. Or are they?
No, I think they're going to pull him, yeah.
All right, so they are making some changes, it looks like. So while they do that, we'll step aside. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Nice blast of wind as we come back from break. New pitcher for Norton. And taking over is the former left fielder, Henry Danubio, now in the game to pitch. Moving over to left field, you got Jack Reagan. And now in center field, Ben Price. And in right field, it is Logan Irish. Runner on first for the Hillers, 1 out. Travis Rich set to step in. He's 0 for 2 so far today with a pair of flyouts. Third pitcher of the game for Norton. And he gets a good piece of this one. That's going to drop into right field. It goes. Hodney being waved around. He's going to keep going. The throw, not in time, and the run scores. Throw to second, and he's safe. Travis Rich with an RBI single, advancing to second on the throw in. And the Hillers lead it 5-1.
Yeah, he got right on that one. Lefty-righty matchup. Travis jumped on the fastball first pitch. Hard line drive. That ball must have came off the bat close to 100 miles an hour.
Absolutely shelled it. Making a play on that one. Carter, this is Ryan Lang at the plate. Looks like they put Lang back in that spot. Swing and a miss there. Runner take it off. Throw to third. Did he make it? It looks like he did. Risky steal there, but Rich able to slide in under that tag.
Lang's 1 for 1 on the day with a bunt early on.
Lined up in the pitch, and he gets a piece of this one in the air to left field. It drops. Here comes another Hiller run. An RBI single for Ryan Lang.
Seems like finally some of these things are going the Hillers' way. A lot of flyouts in the middle innings as they were caught up in sort of a stalemate. But they're breaking away now with a couple of hits to start this 6th inning off. The bottom of the 6th inning.
Gabe Cavazzo stepping in. Still only went out in the inning, checking at first. Runner slides back safe. That was a nice manufactured run there.
Certainly.
That was Hodney's, he got his 8th steal of the season. He's 8 for 8.
Wow.
And this is driven in the air to right field and caught by the sliding right fielder. Throw to first, they double him up. Wow, the rare 9-3 double play.
Wow.
And talk about a wild ending to that inning. The Hillers do plate a pair. They lead it 6-1. Norton down to their final 3 outs. Coming up next on HCAM.
HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you and by Western Nurseries. Since 1923, Western Nurseries has been rooted in a passion for plants and community. The family business has grown from its beginnings in Weston to become a trusted name across Massachusetts. Western Nurseries offers one of the area's best selections of hardy landscape-sized plants, quality gardening and hardscape products, and expert advice you can trust. With locations throughout the region and over a century of experience, Western Nursery continues to help communities grow beautifully.
Top of the 7th inning. Lancers down to their final 3 outs. John Salem stepping in. Michael Sullivan remains on the hill trying to close it out. And pitch outside, 1-0. He had a very quick 6th inning, so they figure they'll throw him back out there and see if he can get through the 7th. Fastball there, a little inside, says the home plate umpire. 2-0. Wind up in the pitch. And inside, 3-0. Salem, Quinn Perry, Chaz Magri due up for Norton. There's a strike, 3-1.
Sullivan's going to look to work back now.
Swing and a miss. Full count.
It's 5 straight fastballs to start out the inning for him.
There it is.
Wow.
Blows it by him. Out number 1.
Works all the way back there.
That was impressive. Quinn Perry stepping to the plate. He has struck out twice so far. Hit in the air, and Sullivan saying, I got it, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Chaz Magri will step in. He's Norton's last hope. And he puts this one on the ground, takes a couple hops, picked up by the second baseman, throw to first, not a problem. 4-3, 4 out number 3, a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. And the Hopkinton Hillers take the 6-1 win over the Norton Lancers. Dylan, what an impressive win by this Hiller team out there today.
Yeah, the boys look great. A lot of different pitchers, a lot of guys involved, but they all played their roles and some good hitting.
Very good hitting. Yeah, you had Matt Pajoli start off the game with a home run and some great hitting in those later innings, especially in that 6th inning where you ended up scoring 2 more runs. But a good all-around team effort, I would say.
Yeah, you saw them work through some interesting pitching in those middle innings with a lot of off-speed, which they haven't been super accustomed to. But they took that guy out of the game as they worked a lot of counts, and then they capitalized on the pitching change in the 6th inning. This is a big win for them.
It certainly is, and guess what? They have officially clinched a state tournament spot since it is their 10th win, and they improved to 10-4, so they'll at least reach via the 500 or better record. And if this team keeps playing the way they are, I'm sure they'll finish in the top 32 as well.
Yeah, they're only getting better, it looks like.
Absolutely, but a very impressive win today by the Hillers. They score 6 runs on 9 hits, commit 3 errors. Norton 1 run on 3 hits, commit 1 error. Dylan, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here today?
Just like excited to see what this team keeps doing. Really, it's been a lot of different guys, a lot of moving parts, but we've seen them all contribute, and I think that this team's gonna look to go pretty far in this thing.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure calling the game with you, and a big thank you to the excellent camera work of Dave McCarthy, and for everyone at HCAM. I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time: the Hillers victorious over the Norton Lancers 6-1. They clinch a state tournament spot, and they are feeling good here on this Tuesday. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.